Welcome back. It is the start of a new week. It is Monday, October 31st. Happy Halloween. We have our 4 favorite picks coming your guys' way. My name is Austin from Calling Our Shot. So a short recap from yesterday, another winning day. We went 1, 1, and 1. Our best bet of the day, Cade Cunningham, hits us over in points. Our best bet segment is now a ridiculous 12 and 1 on the year, all 1.5 unit plays. We'll have another one again today. The Mavericks, we had the -9. They win by 9 on the dot. It does push. I know some people had 8.5, some people had 9.5. It was a weird game alone. They couldn't buy a bucket. Speaking of can't buy a bucket, if you're in the Washington, D.C. area, be careful. Your kids might return home with some bricks if you go to Bradley Beal's house, because good Lord, that guy could not buy a bucket. I think he started off 0 for 10, 0 for 12, ends up with 12 points. But we continue on. Happy Halloween. Let's keep going in, and let's keep diving into these videos we post every single morning. If you're new, hit that subscribe button. We're closing in on 50,000 subscribers. We hit that today or tomorrow. We'll do a subscriber parlay giveaway on Wednesday. Before we hop into our favorite plays, a moment from our sponsor. This video is sponsored by Game Time. Do you like going to sporting events? So do I, but the hardest part can sometimes be finding a ticket. Well, thanks to Game Time, you no longer have that problem. Game Time is the perfect place to buy those tickets, whether it's to a sporting event, a concert, theater. Game Time has the lowest prices, the best deals, and it's super easy to use. You can even buy tickets up to 90 minutes after the event has even started. If you sign up using our link in the description, you will get $20 off your first purchase over $150. Thanks again to Game Time for sponsoring this video. All right, no more messing around. There's a Monday Night Football video live. You can go check that out. There's a World Series Game 3 video live. You can go check that out. It's the best bit of the daytime. Trying to move to 13 and 1. We're going with Gordon Hayward over 19.5 points, -108 on Caesars. Now, I'm sure if you were to play the lottery, Gordon Hayward probably wasn't on your Powerball ticket, because I don't think a lot of people are expecting me to pick a Gordon Hayward over today, but he's quietly had a pretty good start to his season. When you look at his game log, he scored 20, 26, 12, 21, 18, and 23 points. So hitting the over in 4 of his 6 games so far this season, and I think he's going to continue to do so in this high-paced matchup against the Kings. Now, the Hornets, let's be honest, if you look at their game log, they've rarely been in games. This is Gordon Hayward. He's a starter. He's going to play 35-ish minutes or so, but they haven't had a lot of close games. In fact, only 2 of their games have been decided by 10 or less points, and I believe one of them was decided by 12, then there's like a 26-17. A lot of their games haven't been close, but I'm hoping this one is a close one against Sacramento, and so do the books. They have the Kings as 1.5 point favorites, and like I said, the over-under 232.5 points. Points are expected, and doubtful to play are Cody Martin and Terry Rozier, which is good because we're going to see more minutes go towards Gordon Hayward and more shot attempts as well. Now, you look at the shot attempts, really, it's a narrow tree for the Hornets at the moment. Without Terry Rozier, it's PJ Washington, he's shooting a lot, Kelly Oubre Jr., and then Gordon Hayward. So I like Gordon Hayward's matchup. He's going to see hopefully 15 or more field goal attempts tonight. And last year, Gordon Hayward attempted 15 or more field goal attempts in 17 games. He hit the over in 13 of them. You go back to the year prior to that, did it in 24 games, hit the over in 19 of those games. All we need is Gordon Hayward to go out there and shoot the ball. The games that he has going under this season, he's only shot like 10 and 11 times. But in the fast-paced matchup against the Kings, I think he's going to be able to get it done. I mean, look, he's either going to be guarded by Keegan Murray, who's technically, starting at power forward for them, or it's going to be Harrison Barnes. But I think he can get his whatever he wants. We do know shooting guards notoriously do pretty well against the Kings. We saw that with Tyler Hero when he took his over a couple days ago. But ultimately, I think Gordon Hayward, a guy that is leading this Hornets team in drives per game. If you drive to the hoop against the Kings, probably going to have a lot of success. They don't have any rim protection. Sabonis does not. His rim protection is fouling you. That's what he does. But look, ultimately, at the end of the day, if Hayward can go out there, this game can be somewhat close, which I think it will be. And Hayward shoots, 13, 15, even more times. I think he's certainly capable. Pretty efficient scorer. He's not going to shoot a ton of threes. A lot of mid-ranges, drives to the hoop and whatnot. Gordon Hayward, best bet of the day, trying to move to 13 and 1. Taking his over 19.5 points. Let's keep moving. My favorite game pick, which I won't count our last one towards the record, or probably will just, I don't want to have a dash one for a tie, but we're going with the Sixers and Wizards, taking the under 219.5 points, -110 on FanDuel. Now, no spreads really struck out to me today. I was looking at the Kings Hornets game. I didn't want to force one. If I had to pick one, it was actually, I was leaning the Wizards, but I'd rather take the under because I don't think the Wizards cover unless this is a lower scoring game. Now, you look at both these offenses, they're slower moving. They've been playing some high-paced teams, but in reality, these two teams want to move pretty slow. I mean, the Wizards, 26th in pace, I think 5th slowest. And the Sixers are 17th. I don't know if Joel Embiid's out there or not. If he isn't, Probably we'll get PJ Tucker at the 5 again. I don't really know what the heck the Sixers will do, but I think he will be back. He was just doing it due to an illness. I think he's back in this game. But you look at the Wizards. We talked about yesterday. DeLon Wright, he's out, and that second unit's going to struggle to make and really just get any good looks. That's going to be struggle bus for this Wizards team. And ultimately, I think the Sixers are a very capable defensive team, one of the better ones in the league. The Sixers are a team that has actually shot above 40% from 3 in 4 straight games. I love the Sixers. I like to root for them, but I don't think they're capable of 40% or better three-point shooting team. I mean, they needed Tyrese Maxey to make his first 7 threes last game. He was the only reason they stayed above that 40% mark. Ultimately, I think the Wizards, who are a good team at defending opposing threes, I think they allowed the fewest three-pointers in the NBA last season, are certainly capable of getting it done. You think about the 3 times these two teams matched up last year, the final scores combined for 213, 215, and 209. They went under in all 3 games, and the Wizards actually won 2 of those 3 games. So I think the Wizards have a sneaky chance of winning today, but ultimately, when I want to look at this, I don't think the Wizards want to win and go into a shootout. I don't think they have the firepower, especially if Embiid's out there, to go up against James Harden, Tyrese Maxey, and Joel Embiid. You're just not going to win that with Kuzma, Bradley Beal planking it up, and then probably Kristaps Porzingis. I just don't see that as a recipe for success for the Wizards. And you also look at it, Philadelphia commits the 2nd fewest fouls per game, Washington the 14th fewest. What really burns a lot of over-unders, especially the under, is when you get into foul trouble early in like 6 minutes left in the quarter, and then you got teams in the bonus. Then it's just like 1 foul, boom, 2 free throws. I don't think these teams will get there that early. I mean, we know Joel Embiid's good at drawing fouls, but at the end of the day, I think the Wizards can hold their hands back, say, you know what, make jump shots, and I think that will be the way to beat a Sixers team. So give me the under 219.5 points as my game pick of the day. Let's keep on moving. 2 more player props. We'll talk about some All-Stars. Alperen Sengun over 8.5 rebounds, plus 100 on points bet. I was looking at Sengun's over in points, rebounds, points plus rebounds. I think all are pretty decent, but I settled on rebounds, and here's why. Well, this could absolutely be a trap, but I'm falling right in because Sengun has hit this over in all 5 games this year with 9, 12, 9, 9, 11, and 9 rebounds. So, yes, he's on the hook in a lot of these games, but I think that's why the line still stays at 8.5 is because they're like, well, 1 more rebound and we're cashing the under. So we'll keep setting it at 8.5 and just hope that the ball bounces our way. But hopefully the ball bounces our way because Sengun leads the Rockets in rebound chances per game at 19.3. And they're in the back-to-back taking on a Clippers team. And the Clippers also on a back-to-back. And ultimately, Clippers, we talked about them last year if you watched the videos. They allowed a ton of rebounds, especially the big men. We would either just load up, see how the Clippers are playing, let's shake the opposing team's big man. And look, this year they're allowing 53.7 rebounds per game. That's 19th fewest in the NBA, which is like 12th most. And ultimately, in 6 games this year, the Clippers have allowed 10 players to have 9 or more rebounds. Yes, 10. That's more than 2 in a lot of these games. I think they've allowed 2, and I think even the Thunder had 3 players get 9 or more rebounds against them. Now, if you look at yesterday's game, Valanciunas only gets 7 rebounds, but you look at Zion, he had 12. You look at Larry Nance Jr. off the bench, he had 9 himself. And Sengun's going to be this leading rebounder for this Rockets team. That's just normally how it works. And he's played 3 times versus LA last year. Only one of those games he did play, more than 20 minutes, and he had 9 rebounds in that game. So apparently he loves finishing at 9 on the dot. But at the end of the day, he's going to be starting at center in place of Bruno Fernando, who's still injured. And he should see 25, 30 minutes. He's capable of rebounder, whether it's on the offensive, defensive glass. We know the Clippers shoot a lot of threes. There could be just a lot of easy rebounds for Sengun, who's normally active. I'd like to compare him towards like an Enes Kanter type. And I know Kanter sometimes in the media for the wrong reasons, but Kanter is normally there that a guy that, plays 12 minutes could get you 12 rebounds. That's just the kind of guy that Sengun is. If the ball bounces his way, he's normally just kind of camping out in the paint. And against Zubac, I think he's certainly capable of getting us 9 rebounds. In fact, this is plus value at plus 100 on points bet. I'll take it. If it's a trap, then oh well. I love you still, Sengun. You're a pretty good player. Let's move on to my final player prop of the day. No added plays today. John Collins, over 21.5 points plus rebounds, minus 117 on Caesars. Now, before you ask, yes, I know 22.5 is the line on FanDuel and PointsBet, both very good too. Austin, I don't have points plus rebounds. Do I take his PRA line? Look, John Collins doesn't get a lot of assists, which is why I'm not taking PRAs, but I don't mind. It's like 23.5 on every book. And then Austin, I don't have, and I only have individual lines. I lean Collins over in points, but I really do think he could get a lot of rebounds today, and as they take on the Raptors. But let's talk about Collins because he's had a bad two straight games. Now, here are his game logs. I'll put them up on the screen. I'm not going to read them off, but he set the over in 3 of 6 games. One of the misses, he shot 3 for 12. Like, give me 12 field goal attempts. I'll live with this. And the other 2 games were the past 2 when he's attempted just 4 shot attempts. Why? Your answer is as good as mine. I don't know why John Collins has 4 field goal attempts in the last 2 games against the Pistons and then against the Bucks, but Collins needs to show up today against the Raptors, and his size is going to be absolutely needed. Size and athleticism, I should note, because this is a weird Raptors team that doesn't really start a center. They got Chris Boucher off the bench, but ultimately they like to go out there with Fred VanVleet, Gary Trent Jr., OG Anunoby, Scotty Barnes, and Pascal Siakam. Now Clint Capella, he doesn't have a role in this one because look, if he's going to be guarding Pascal Siakam, he'll be able to go to work against him. And ultimately, I just don't think that's a great matchup for Clint Capella. And then off the bench, Onyeka Okongwu, a little bit better of a, agility guy than Clint Capella, but still, they're really going to need John Collins out there because those are their 3 big men, and they're going to need Collins to go out there and guard, whether it's Scotty Barnes or John Collins. He's going to have to be out there, and he's played pretty well in his career versus Toronto, especially when he's seen above 30 or more minutes, which I anticipate him getting today. John Collins would have been the best bet of the day, but he has foul trouble issues, and I refuse to sit there, see him get 2 fouls in the first minute, and then say, yeah, I deserve that. But you look at his game log versus Toronto when he's seen 30 or more minutes. He's had 29, 26, 40, 28, 24, and 35 points plus rebounds. He's been crushing this line, and I think there's a chance he could get it in just points alone tonight. That wouldn't surprise me if he scores 22 points. This is John Collins. He's capable of doing that. He gets paid enough money to score that many points, but the Raptors, not a great team at rim protection, as I already talked about. They don't really have a true center. Chris Boucher is a decent rim protector, but sometimes he fouls a little bit too much, and Collins has attempted 10-plus field goal attempts in 10 of his last 11 games versus the Raptors. I think they have to get him going in this game. I don't think it's going to be the Trae Young show, and we know the Raptors have pretty good defensive guards, so I think we're going to see a lot of pick and roll with John Collins, rolling to the rim. Just throw it up. He can go up there and get it. And ultimately, I think he can knock down some shots against them as well. So John Collins, I was going to take his points, but I think rebounds is a pretty good angle for him as well. Maybe even a double-double if you want to be a little bit spicy. I think he certainly has a good chance of getting that. So that's my 4th and final play of the day. John Collins over 21.5 points plus rebounds. Now, finally, it is time for our COS All-Stars. We love all of you. Thank you all for hitting the join button. A long list. Let's butcher some names, and I'm definitely going to butcher a lot of these. We got Thaddeus, we got Jow, we got Jerry, we got Draco TV, that guy. Nenny, we got Howdy X215, Larry Johnson, we got Icebox Videos, Vutran, Georgia, Arrows, Q Rose, Johan, P-Ty, Pusha P, Alex, we got Breadway J, we got GMS Thick Play, Rob, we got Luann, we got Nate, Jesse, Sayag 99, Jens, Robert, Janet, TJ, Sean Paul, Braden, Marco, William, Jens, Alex, Kyle, Juvie, who knows, Jammy Jean, K-Will Movement, Milos, Muhammad, Max, Ivan, Dad Bod God, Scott, Sarah, Anthony, Jonathan, ESPN Bali, Shrell, Casey, Risque, Tom, Javi, Cole, Ducey, Jeremy, RRR Creations, LM31, Jake, Benjamin, Hitesh, Astoli, Jose, Mike, Shad, J, Dale, Mate, I butchered that one. Oh, jeez. Sean, John, Michael, Henrique, Vasilios, Small Ball Dogs, Carol, David, Druzy, Juan, Wavy Bands, AJ, Tate, John, Aveni, who knows, Sam, J/Axe Properties, Pappy, Matt, Savage Season, Vincent, Jezzy, Relo, Brian, Frey, John, Jeff, Edward, Hitmasteric, Paul, Morgan, Sengo. I actually put a note on here. I saw your profile picture. It's Sengun, and if Sengun hurts us, you're getting banned. Alberto, Mike, Davon, Brian, Jamar, Kiefer, Rakib, Honesty, and Frank. Look, that's a long list. I don't know if you guys can continue to become all that many All-Stars, but I love you guys. Thank you all so much for supporting the channel. Let's continue to win. I don't know how many winning days we've had in a row, but I'll put it in the title. Let's keep it going. Let's make that best bet 13-1. Let's cash the other plays. If we bring out the brooms, we're going nuts tomorrow. Happy Halloween. Let's have a great day. It's going to be a spooky one. See you guys in the next one. Peace.